The millionaire smiled as he placed a thick envelope filled with cash beneath the living room sofa, convinced that by the end of the afternoon he would finally expose another dishonest employee. Instead, before the sun had crossed the afternoon sky, the quiet woman he had hired as his new housekeeper would make a decision so unexpected, so painfully selfless, that it would leave him questioning everything he believed about trust, wealth, and the true meaning of character. Before we begin this emotional journey, if you believe kindness, forgiveness, hope, and second chances can still change lives, please like this video, leave a heartfelt comment, share it with someone who needs encouragement today, and subscribe to our channel so our family and our community can continue growing through stories that remind us goodness still exists. Gideon Prescott had earned millions building one of the country's largest construction companies. His impressive mansion overlooked rolling green hills, but despite all his success, he carried an emptiness that expensive cars and luxurious vacations could never fill. Years earlier, trusted employees had stolen from him, business partners had betrayed him, and even distant relatives had returned only when they wanted money. Slowly, Gideon stopped believing people could be honest without expecting something in return. After dismissing another dishonest housekeeper, he hired a new one named Clara Whitmore. Clara was a widowed mother raising her 12-year-old son, Rowan. Every morning she traveled across town on 2 buses to reach Gideon's home. She accepted the job because hospital bills from her late husband's illness had left her buried in debt. Although life had tested her endlessly, she refused to let hardship steal her kindness. On Clara's very first afternoon, Gideon quietly slipped an envelope containing $10,000 beneath a sofa cushion before leaving the room. He instructed his estate manager not to interfere. The hidden cameras would reveal everything. Hours passed as Clara carefully dusted shelves, polished windows, folded blankets, and cleaned every corner with remarkable attention. When she lifted the sofa cushions, the envelope slipped onto the polished wooden floor. She froze. Slowly picking it up, she realized it contained far more money than she had ever held in her hands. For one brief moment, tears filled her eyes. That amount could erase nearly every debt she carried. It could buy medicine. It could pay school expenses. It could change her son's future. But instead of placing the envelope into her bag, Clara gently walked to Gideon's office. Finding it empty, she carefully placed the money in the center of his desk with a handwritten note explaining exactly where she had found it and apologizing for entering the office without permission because she believed something so valuable should be returned immediately. Watching through the security cameras, Gideon expected relief. Instead, he felt ashamed. Still, one part of him whispered that perhaps she simply feared getting caught. The next afternoon he created another test. This time he intentionally left an expensive gold watch beside the garden fountain where only Clara was working. Again, she found it. Again, she immediately returned it. Without hesitation. Without asking for recognition. Without expecting praise. Several days later Gideon noticed something cameras could never measure. Every afternoon, after finishing her work, Clara quietly filled a small bowl with fresh water for thirsty birds that gathered outside the kitchen window. She gently watered neglected flowers no one had asked her to touch. She even repaired a loose button on an old cushion instead of throwing it away because she believed beautiful things deserved another chance. She treated the house as though it belonged to someone she loved. One bright afternoon Gideon overheard a phone conversation by accident. Clara believed she was alone in the laundry room. She quietly reassured her son that everything would be all right, even though she had secretly skipped several meals that week to ensure he always had enough food for school. There was no anger in her voice. Only hope. Only love. For the first time in years, Gideon's heart felt painfully heavy. He realized he had spent days testing the honesty of a woman who had already been proving her character through every small act no camera could truly capture. The following week another unexpected moment changed everything. A delivery driver accidentally dropped a wallet near the front gate before driving away. Inside were several $1,000s along with family photographs and identification cards. Without delay, Clara searched through delivery records until she found the driver's contact information. Hours later, the grateful driver returned in tears after discovering nothing was missing. He admitted losing that wallet would have meant missing his daughter's college tuition payment. Gideon watched silently from the front porch. No hidden test. No planned experiment. Just genuine goodness. That afternoon he invited Clara to sit with him in the sunlit garden. For the first time since hiring her, he shared the truth. He confessed that he had deliberately tested her because he no longer trusted anyone. He admitted the hidden money, the watch, and every carefully arranged situation had been designed to expose dishonesty. Instead of becoming angry, Clara simply smiled with quiet compassion. She understood what betrayal could do to a person's heart because life had wounded her too. She explained that pain could either harden someone forever or teach them to become the kind of person they once desperately needed. Those words reached deeper than any business success Gideon had ever experienced. Within days he paid off every remaining medical debt Clara carried. He also established a scholarship fund covering Rowan's education through university, ensuring the young boy would never have to abandon his dreams because of financial hardship. More importantly, Gideon offered Clara a permanent position as estate manager instead of housekeeper because he believed leadership belonged to people whose integrity remained strong even when no one was watching. Months later the mansion felt completely different. Employees smiled more. Neighbors noticed community charity events organized from the estate. Local families struggling through difficult times quietly received groceries, school supplies, and emergency assistance funded by Gideon's new charitable foundation. The greatest investment the Millionaire ever made wasn't another company. It was choosing to trust goodness again. Before this story comes to its heartfelt conclusion, please leave a meaningful comment telling us whether you believe honesty always finds its reward, even when no one seems to notice. If this story touched your heart, please like this video, leave a meaningful comment, share it with someone who needs hope today, and subscribe to our channel so you never miss another emotional journey. Remember, true wealth is never measured by the money we keep but by the kindness we choose to give, because one honest heart has the power to heal even the deepest wounds left by betrayal.